Previously on 𝔩𝔦lStar, the chosen 11 were introduced to Olive Doll Tube and were each asked to send in a headshot. London's photograph left the contestants wanting to see more, leading her to be the top 𝔩𝔦lStar of the week, while wydowna hid from the camera, and Luna's photo left everyone anything but shook. wydowna's camera shyness resulted in her premature demise.
11 of the most talented doll photographers have been selected from all over Dollstagram. Each week they'll be given a theme, have to make photos for that theme, and then score each other's photos. Each week, one girl will be eliminated from the competition, while the winner receives immunity for the next round. Welcome to 𝔩𝔦lStar. I'm Ariana King, and let's get into it. This week on 𝔩𝔦lStar is Luxury Brand Week. From Fiorucci to Burberry, each competitor will have to make a photo inspired by a designer brand. But the twist is the brands will be assigned by London, the winner of last week's headshot challenge. So before we get into the photos, let's take a look at how London decided to play this.
I was so excited when I found out that I got first place. It was so cool. But that meant that I got to pick what designer brands each doll got this week. So basically, I'm just gonna explain why I made the choices that I made because it might be confusing. So each of these competitors all kind of have their own different styles, so I kind of wanted to have something that like matched them. So for example, like 𝔩𝔲, she had a very aesthetic style. I mean, everyone did, but I kind of thought that Fendi might work well for her. Just kind of the way she photographed a little bit, I thought it maybe could match well. I just thought maybe she was like Fendi girl, I don't know. And then for Billie, I obviously had to pick Louis Vuitton because Billie wears a lot of Louis Vuitton and I just couldn't make her not have Louis Vuitton, you know? I gave Marlowe Chanel because I know that she has a very like kind of elegant style in her photos and everything, and I just kind of thought that really suited her, and yeah, I just thought she could come up with something really beautiful. And I gave Sita Versace because she just kind of like has this like iconic look to her. I mean, everyone does, but like she just had this especially iconic look, and it just really screamed Versace. She just the gold in her first photo really kind of reminded me of Versace. She had these like this golden lip gloss lipstick. Yeah, and for Spinelli, I decided to go with Fiorucci. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, even though I should really know that. But I thought that would suit her too. I was just kind of like matching like personalities and everything. I don't know much about Fiorucci, but I thought that she could do something cool with it. Her first edit was very, very cool, so I really liked that. But I thought Fiorucci could be cool too because I had to go with that one instead. But I gave Gabby Burberry because I just thought that those clothes would look so nice on Gabby. They like really seemed like they would like compliment her and her style a little bit and that sort of thing. And I gave myself GIVENCHY because, you know, I just did, but because I like GIVENCHY, but I wanted to think of all the other competitors first. Speaking of which, I kind of gave Luna Kmart, but I thought that I couldn't give myself Kmart, but I also see Luna as a very creative person, so I thought that she could do something really cool with that. And Riley Jude, I gave her Balenciaga because I thought that she might do something nice too. Not all of these dolls I knew like that much about, so it was a little difficult to match some of them, so it took me a little bit longer. Sorry guys, for getting me the themes late. But I really thought that they could all do something cool with it. I can't wait to see what everyone's photos turn out to be like. And I'm so happy that I got first place. Like, ah.
So, starting off with the runner-up of last week's competition is Billy, who was assigned Louis Vuitton. I think this is a great fit for her, seeing as Billy is inspired by Miss Eyelash herself, and the singer can be seen in Louis Vuitton pretty often. Oh my god, Billy, you snapped so hard. Like, at first glance, this photo really catches the eye with all the different values and colors. I'm super impressed with the fact that you like painted and sewed this outfit yourself, because it like looks so professional and accurate. I noticed the yellow background is edited from your video, and I wish you had taken more time doing that because it's definitely messy in some spots. I think it was a good idea to change the background from white because it did blend in with the outfit before, but in a lot of spots all around the doll, it just looks rushed. Overall though, this is like already my favorite photo from this week, and I think your attention to detail and effort have really shined through. Second up is Eloho, who had my personal favorite photo from last week. However, her competitors, ranked her in 7th place. Eloho was assigned Fendi, and since she often takes the very lightly edited route with her photos, I know she'll have to pull real close together instead of relying on Photoshop to create any designer pieces.
Hey guys, it's Eloho. For the most part, all my behind the scenes for this week are gonna just be me editing. I forgot to take videos while I was shooting. Let me just show you guys my inspiration first. So for the top, I was thinking this cute little Fendi fall 2020, and then these pants, and I was inspired by this photo of Miss Minaj spraying some models. Not all of them look good, and it's important to remember that when you do photography, not everyone's gonna be 100% perfect. Basically, I'm gonna look through these, but I swear if there's another horrible edited photo, not mine. Mine's not horrible. Like, girl, I did not paste some damn butterflies just flying around. Girl, oh. Yeah, part of me is also nervous because, like, some of these competitors know each other. They're like, oh my god, hey, we made top 3 and AGND, whatever. AGNDM. So, I mean, they're not winners, obviously. And girl, you probably can't even hear me. Damn.
Eloho, I hate to say it, but I'm really disappointed in your photo this week. While I can, definitely see where you pulled all of the inspiration from, this photo doesn't look iconically Fendi, like, at all. If you hadn't edited the border and logo on, I don't think anyone would have gotten Fendi from it. Besides that, I think you had a great idea with using the hose, and it could have created so much like movement in the photo, but I think the angle and just this shot specifically, like, were not it. It looks so static. I saw some other ones in your video while you were looking through your photos that looked much more fluid and interesting, but girl, this one just wasn't the one. Third is Gabriela, who's assigned Burberry. I haven't seen much heavy editing from her portfolio or headshot, but this week, she may have to pull through with the superimposing to create that Burberry photo.
Hi guys, it's Gabriela from 𝔩𝔲𝔰𝔰, and I'm going to be showing you the behind the scenes clips of my photo this week. So this week's theme was designer brand, and I was assigned the brand Burberry. I know it doesn't look like it's from Burberry or anything, but with some editing it will. So here's sort of the pose I'm going to be in for the photo. I'm kind of going to like look like I'm kind of walking, and it'll look like I'm kind of walking around. So I'm just gonna take the photos like this, and then in Pixar I'm gonna edit in the background of the Burberry store. So I'm just gonna quickly show you guys what I did to make myself look like I was in the Burberry store and look like I was wearing Burberry. And I had a screenshot earlier of the plaid Burberry pattern, and I put that over my purse, and then I had a screenshot of a Burberry scarf, and then for the background I had a screenshot of inside a Burberry store, and I basically just edited myself onto it so it looked like I was in Burberry. And that's pretty much what my final product looks like, and I hope you guys like it.
Gabriela, I'm pleasantly surprised with this photo. I haven't seen any heavy editing like this from you at all yet, but like, girl, you did what had to be done this week. I know you may not be familiar with pasting different objects onto each other, but I gotta say, like, this could have been cleaner. The old background from the photo of the doll is like still left in with the glass of the sunglasses, and you left a lot of white around the scarf, and the shadow has harsh lines while all of its surroundings are blurred. I personally wouldn't have blurred the background, but I understand why you did it. Although I wish you had blurred the whole background and not left out the logo. But again, sorry, I really did like this photo. I just think it could have been cleaner. I think it was such a mind of a mastermind move to just keep everything in brown, and it helped make the photo like emulate Burberry so much. Fourth is London, who assigned herself GIVENCHY. She set the standards high for herself last week. She came in first place. So let's see what she came up with this time.
So this week's theme was designer brands, and so I had Givenchy. So it was really exciting too, because I was like, Givenchy. Okay, but anyway, I looked at all of these Givenchy ads kind of when I was like coming up with inspiration and everything. I mainly took from like the Ariana Grande ads as well, because last year she did a sponsorship with Givenchy, which is really cool. Her hair was all like flowy and everything, so I kind of wanted to do something like that. Whenever I do a shoot, I usually like to find inspiration photos. I mean, I already know what Givenchy is like, you know, and everything, but it's good to have a refresher, you know? So I really wanted like a more like a vintage feel to this photo, because I know that they've been around for a while and that sort of thing. So in one of the photos, there was like someone wearing tulle, and I was like, I could work with this, you know? So I was like, thanks for throwing tulle on me. Okay, okay, anyway, I'm covered in tulle right now. I used this tulle and I held it up to the frame, actually. And then I had someone flip my hair. But there were also a lot of black and whites in Givenchy's photos, so I wanted to do that too. Yeah, that's it.
London, this is so dreamy and pretty. I love the glowy lighting, and you really highlighted it with the sparkles on the necklace. And by the way, it was so big brain to like have the necklace be in her mouth. Her eyes look so multi-dimensional too, and the hair flip is super cool. What I would have done differently is, instead of making the logo black, I would have used the color dropper tool to make it the same as the darkest value already in the photo. Since you just pasted on the black logo, it doesn't look like it belongs, seeing as nothing else on the photo was that dark. I also wish she had been centered instead of off-centered, because it looks a little unprofessional like this, but overall, super cute. Next up is Luna, who came in last place last week, but I wanted to keep her on just to see what she could come up with. London assigned her Kmart instead of a luxurious designer brand. While at face value, this seems like a curse. Kmart, you know, has created some bops, so let's see if Luna can create a bop to match. About this photo. It looks rushed and unprofessional. Although I do love a good Nicki Minaj x Kmart moment, what I think you should have done here is either desaturated all the text and logos you added, just so they seem a little more cohesive with the rest of the photo, or turned up the contrast and saturation of the base photo. Like London's photo, they just look a little pasted on and out of place, when there were definitely things you could have done just to make it look more natural. Although I think including the moon necklace, since her name was Luna, is cute, but this photo definitely does not scream Kmart at all. 6th is Marlowe, who came in 3rd for her clean headshot last week. Marlowe was assigned Chanel, which I think is going to be very fitting with her clean aesthetic. So let's take a look at what she did for her photo.
It's Marlowe, and I'm currently working on my photo for Brands Week. I got Chanel, which I'm very excited about because it's very girly and very me. So one of the most iconic things from Chanel is the little black dress. So we made a very quick one, no hemming or anything, and the back is safety pinned, but it will do. And I've got one glove on, and I'm just working on the second one. And here we are on set. Here is my outfit. And we got lights, camera, action. I look so beautiful in my photo. I'm sorry that this recording is not doing it justice, but you got the basic little black dress inspired by Audrey Hepburn and the Chanel No. 5, the most iconic perfume in the corner, which is one of the most well-known aspects of Chanel, and a lot of their ads will have the perfume in the corner. Now, the real question, do I stay in color to show off my beautiful skin tone, or do I do black and white because of the whole vintage vibe of the dress? That is what I'm trying to decide on, but other than that, I'm done my photo.
Marlowe, this is definitely not a bad photo. I can see where the inspiration came from, and I think even if you hadn't pasted that obstructive perfume bottle in the photo, I still would have gotten Chanel from it. I wish you had done a white background instead of a dark one, since the doll has dark hair, a dark dress, and dark gloves, which all kind of blend into the background. And since this photo has such a clean aesthetic, I wish you had done the hair to match, since the little flyaways and short pieces do look out of place here. But this is definitely one of the better photos from this week, and you did a great job emulating Chanel. Next up is Riley Jude, who had an amazing photo last week and set a high bar for her future work. She was assigned Balenciaga, and I'm so excited to see what she does with it.
For my photo this week, I really wanted to show off the colorful shoes. So I decided to wear all white. I have these overalls that are from American Girl and a shirt from Our Generation. And then I decided to cuff the pants so that you could really see the shoes well. For the background, I used a sheet of shiny silver paper that I thought would coordinate well with the silver star on my shirt.
Riley, this photo really wowed me. Several points were made, starting off with how easily you pulled all of the focus to the shoes immediately by making everything else you could white and gray. I also think the shoes look super accurate, and they definitely give Balenciaga. So even without the logo, I would have been able to tell what brand it was. Also on the logo, it was so genius that you used the color matcher to match it to the same yellow on her shoes, so it just ties everything together. The only thing I would have done differently is desaturated the background to make it look completely black and white, because I think the colors reflecting off of it look a little messy and distracting. But overall, this photo is amazing and one of my favorites this week. Coming up next is Sage, who was assigned Prada.
Hello everyone, it is Sage, and this is my behind the scenes footage of this week's photo for the week, designer brand. And my brand, of course, is Prada, as you can see on the screen. I don't have that much behind the scenes footage, but I customized a lot of stuff, including this coin purse I found, which you saw earlier, and Julie also donated her jeans to me to paint. On these jeans, I also painted the Prada logo.
Hey everyone, it's Sage, and I'm here to show you my final look before the photo shoot.
So here is the final look. I just pulled some stuff out of my closet, a lot of random stuff actually. When I thought of Prada, I thought of blacks, whites, pinks. That was my main color scheme here. And next you're also gonna see the bag I made out of an American Girl bag to look like a Prada bag.
Okay everyone, I'm in my basement. I'm just going to take my final photo in the hallway and then we'll get everything edited. It seems really light in here, but actually it's really dark, and that's why I'm going to have a flash as my photo, like the paparazzi taking it. See you after the photo shoot!
Sage, I have to say I really do not like this photo at all. I appreciate the effort you put into painting all the pieces, but the paintwork just looks completely amateur and messy. The contrast on the photo of the doll is much higher than the photo of the background you pasted over, so the blackest black on the main photo that you used is darker than the blackest black on the background photo. Also, the cutout job around the edges of the photo of the doll, like, I just don't like it at all. I think it's very, very, very messy, and I don't know if I would have edited all the Vogue stuff into it, because it looks like you wanted to do the Vogue stuff, but you didn't really want to commit because you only put a little bit of text, and the Vogue logo isn't really wrapping around the doll like it usually does. So yeah, I just don't really love this photo. Next up is Sita, who was assigned Versace. She had another one of my favorite headshots last week, so I'm really excited to see what she comes up with this week. Sita, I absolutely love this photo so much. You did what had to be done. I noticed that you switched her over to a new body for more posing, and I don't think that was a bad decision at all. It looks great. I love all of the ways you incorporated gold, and I love that you edited off the eyebrows. It's just so creative, and like, this just screams Versace, and you didn't even have to like use their logo. I would know immediately that this was Versace. The two things I don't like is that the gold in the background is a little warmer, and it's just not exactly the same gold that's on the doll. I would have preferred them to match. And I noticed that the shoes are purple, and yellow and purple is like a cute combination, but they're really the only thing in the photo that's not white, black, or gold. So I think if you had incorporated purple in more places around the photo, it would have been really cute. But since there's no other purple things, I just wish you had edited them to be gold. But overall, this is just like a mind-blowing photo. Like, oh my god, I just love this so much. Next up is Spinelli, who London assigned to Fiorucci. Spinelli loves bright colors, so I'm so excited to see what she does with this.
Hello everyone, it's Spinelli, and for this week's brand theme, I was assigned Fiorucci, and the first thing I did was go to their Instagram and get some inspiration, and I noticed that their logo was a churro, and so I took and I ironed that onto a plain white shirt they already had made. I then went and I set up the shot and my backdrop in the dollhouse. After I got the shot, I went into Snapseed to adjust the colors and the light and make my eyes brighter. So I just healed the spots that had backdrops and the things that were holding her up, and then I took it into Procreate to fix these flyaways and some bobby pin mistakes that I had, and I also finished editing out the box that was holding her foot up, and I just erased around her boot to make it look good. Then I just smoothed and blended everything out to make it look like there is no harsh lines. I then went and added text because I kind of wanted it to look like an ad, so I just added the name of the company or the brand, and I just found a font that I liked. I thought the photo was a little bit boring, so I went in and I kind of just did some editing, seeing what I liked, and I kind of did this silhouette behind her kind of thing, and I did it in a few different colors than what the final video shows, but you'll see it in the final picture. I also went in and did it with the letters after I stopped recording the editing process. And then I just went and fixed any mistakes that there were still left in the picture. And that is how I edited and made my picture this week.
Spinelli, this is a cute photo. Even without the logo, I think I would have been able to tell that this was Fiorucci, of course, because of the angels. I love that you picked a color scheme and stuck with it, as it made the photo look very finished and well planned out. The only thing I don't love is the messiness, which kind of contradicts that, but maybe it's just a personal preference. I noticed you used a cloth background, and I don't think all the wrinkles that created are the best, but this is a cute photo and very well represents Fiorucci. And now it's time for the rankings. Each doll will have the chance to put each photo in order from best to worst. The photo that ranks the highest will be the winner and receive immunity for the next round. I will choose a photo from the two that rank the lowest to be eliminated, and of course London, as the winner of Headshot Week, has immunity. So let's take a look at how the rankings went.
Okay, so now I'm going to be doing my ranking for week 2.
And I'm gonna be ranking these girls.
And I love them so much. Every brand has its own aesthetic, and I'm worried my photo is too simple. However, that is very Chanel.
It was also kind of hard to choose because some of these brands I did not know at all what they were. So that kind of made it hard to decide because I didn't know how they were embodying the theme, because everybody probably had to do a little research on their stuff.
My only thing would say probably the editing around the fingers and the around the hair. It could have been a little smoother.
This is cool. I'm not too familiar with Fendi. Like, I've heard of it, and if you didn't have that logo, it doesn't scream Fendi to me.
She in the group chat acting all high and mighty, like she know everything. Oh, girl, I want her to be gone, but I doubt that would stop her from talking.
For Elo, I think your photo is really cute this week, but I feel like the color scheme is a little bit off, and I feel like you have a bunch of like different colors, like the yellow, the orange, and the pink and the green, and then you kind of have like the red off color as the border. And you do have the word Fendi in there, but I feel like maybe you could have like incorporated a bit more, maybe like the pattern onto her shirt or something like that.
All these American Girl solidarity kind of things just don't vibe with me well, girl. I feel like it's because I'm a cheaper brand, they're gonna just eliminate me. No, I don't think so.
I feel like the hair blowing is like not sharp. I shouldn't be critiquing these.
Honestly, I loved all of these photos and it was so hard for me to make a decision.
My favorite is Miss Riley Jude. She gets the first right off of that.
Riley Jude, are you kidding me? I really need to learn the other contestant's name. I need to be more social.
Yeah, period. Stunning, period.
I think I'm gonna have to put London last. I'm so sorry.
I ranked Luna in 8th place. I actually, thinking back on this, I wanted to rank her higher.
8th place, Luna.
I think it's really nice, but the text just looks too pasted on.
And then I feel like maybe you could have also edited out the white part of the Nicki Minaj logo. And I see that you edited on the belt, and I think that looks really, really nice. Very cleanly edited.
American Girl solidarity? We should have Mattel solidarity. Let me tell you that. Girl, get that MGA girl out of here. Girl, we did it last week. Get Sita out of here.
Billy's breathtaking recreation earned her the top spot in the ranking this week. However, 𝔩𝔲 and Luna ended up in the bottom two. 𝔩𝔲, your photo did not give Fendi in the least. You had no color scheme at all, but you weren't in this same position last week. Luna can't say the same. Getting bottom two twice in a row isn't a good look. So Luna, I'm going to eliminate you from TheSm0lStar.
It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's next time on TheSm0lStar. Each doll is asked to come up with an original superhero, but do I see a villain in the mix? Find out next week on TheSm0lStar.